Welcome to the Mitchell Gumbo Show. My name is Mitchell Gumbo and I'm the host. And because I'll be discussing contemporary societal, tough and exciting issues, I've roped in two experts, opinionated, articulate, and looking so fine. Who dressed you?
You go first, ladies first.
Janjam to the world. And this show is sponsored by Vote and Tiles for Africa. Welcome, Papa Nobo.
It's good. You know I stay voting. Oh, Zimbabwe, what it is, the world, how are you?
And welcome, KC, Kuchi Nature Tama.
Makade new baba gumbo.
Tiripo, Munofarere. Chaurura will go. Anyway, today, O and A-level results recently came out, and my God, 17 A's, 16 A's, 15 A's. What's the take on that? Was that the norm when you were doing O-level some 15 years ago?
Well, I didn't actually do education under Mr. Dokora, so it's definitely different. It's different.
Oh, education under Dokoro, is it different from education under Fei Chang? Or?
Are you asking seriously? Are you asking seriously? Really? Like where you just told that from next term you're going to be doing agriculture when you're in grade 5?
Grade 5 children are doing agriculture. Were you consulted as relevant stakeholders? Because I believe the student is a stakeholder, the teachers are stakeholders, and the parent. Would Dokora consult for him to do these curriculum changes?
That's a very good question. It will need him to sit there. But speaking on behalf of the parents and all, he didn't consult nobody. Apparently, what Dokora wants, Dokora gets.
What Dokora wants, Dokora gets. Do you think, okay, because all these curriculum changes is really troubling me. You are saying your grade 5, Hannah, next term she's going to be doing agriculture.
She's already doing agriculture.
For who? For what?
For the why.
All right, let me step in a bit. I think, okay, firstly, Honorable, I think we'll need to talk to you here. Secondly, I think these guys, you know, the ministers are not really like young enough to understand what's happening in this world. I think the whole curriculum is wrong. Why? Because we keep increasing the curriculum from, you know, there was a time when ZJC was life, or Standard 6 was life, then ZJC became life, then Form 4 became life, then A-level became life, then degree became life, now Masters is life, then PhD is gonna, we increasing, now we've got grade 0 as well. We're increasing our learning curriculum, you understand? But what we're not doing is, because understand, things are changing. Things are changing. Other countries, first world, second world, they don't do that. Yeah. You understand? We increase instead of compacting, because these kids now have Google. These kids now know what we didn't know. Yes. You know, I understood some things that when I was 14, you know, and my daughter will pick it up at like 9. What we should be doing, if I was doing this at grade 5, that thing is now grade 3 material. Yeah. So that kids do not get to 29 and they're still in school just to find a job that will give them $400 is stupid.
We are covering 17 books. For a grade 4 kid, for a grade 4 child, 17 books. I mean, my time, we were covering 4 books. 4 books. 4, my books. Right, we were covering 17 books. And you sit there and you wonder why. Just because we do not have change in other areas, we want to bring so much change in education, and we sit there and we wonder why. Just because somebody wants to find relevance, wants to be known that, you know what, during my time, I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
No, but let's look at it holistically. Let's look at it holistically. One of the changes that he has implemented is that the addition of languages. Is that not, both of you have the honor and pleasure of being parents. Won't it be an advantage to Hannah or your daughter for them to learn another language outside English and Shona?
Oh, when it comes to like math in English and math in Shona or math?
Like one of the curriculum is that.
Oh, like French and blah, 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 blah.
Portuguese or Swahili or what?
Yeah, that will work even with, what you call it, the whole math in Shona item. Yeah, because, well, my kid will be fluent in English. She does not need it, but I understand the kids that need it.
You did French from 1. Yeah. You did not do French from grade 1. You know, seriously, we are overwhelming these kids. They are being overwhelmed. They need to go to school and learn and come back, and not come back overwhelmed. What's the need of them doing Ndebele, Isindebele, French, whatever, Chinese and all that? You're just overwhelming them. This is just... In my personally, I think somebody's just seeking for relevance. Somebody's just sitting there and think, after I leave office, how do people want to remember me?
You know what our co-host Nobo said?
It's making us suffer.
as parents. But what Noble was saying is that the world is going technical. In other words, people are relying more on Google, and that's the honest truth. Stuff that took you 2 hours to search for in a library, you can just Google Stockholm Syndrome and you have it. So are you saying that instead of piling on 17 subjects to HANA, we need to...
Can you put free Wi-Fi in schools? Do something that's smart. Do something that's smart. Don't be telling me
Don't have one teacher. Don't have one teacher with 52 kids. Have 2 teachers. Have 3. Do that.
Do that.
Free Wi-Fi. But then the problem with free Wi-Fi and what we are seeing it in other nations, distribution of pornography in schools. That's an endemic.
Man, when I was 4 and I got to 14, you understand? This was a time when there was not really like internet and all that thing. We still had pornography. I would still go and dab that thing from the next guy that had it and would gather around it.
But it was not on the fingertips.
You understand? The problem is like I want to teach my kid to drive because they were
fingertips. Does not mean that it was not at everybody's.
It's about control. Teaching a kid is not teaching them that there's no wrong in the world. It's about control, the right or the wrong.
Exactly.
That's what's happening.
Exactly.
So you won't teach your kid to drive at 17 because they might have an accident? That's stupid.
Oh, that's stupid. Or in other words, I should not fear free Wi-Fi because people who access pornography. Rather, let me be concerned with the many advantages.
Be intellectual enough then to put control measures.
Control measures.
Yes, to that whatever you adapt to.
You can't download pornography or any ebony stuff from Wi-Fi in his
divert the intellectuality to something else, not to spread it to wrong places.
No, but you did mention something that was very powerful. How the current education system is kinda unkind to the person who's already suffering. And I'm hearing that government schools. Government boarding schools are saying no A-level place for you if you don't have 5 A-levels. Now that's unconfirmed or what, but 5 A's, not 5 O-levels, 5 A's. In other words, you can get your 5 C's or 5 B's. They'll say yes, you have passed, but no O-level for you because you've got 3 A's. Your take on that?
No, the thing, it goes back to where we're coming from, that these people are not playing smart. The moment you go 7 years, it's now 8 years. I don't know, it's ridiculous. 8 years in primary school, 6 years, 8 plus 6, that's 14, right? Then you have to go another O in varsity plus the year that you wait. You understand? You're already getting into 20 years before. This is learning. This is learning. And you've got a stupid degree that you're not going to use because you need a master's. Now, if you're going to learn for 20 years just to get a degree, learn. I didn't say breathe. Learn for 20 years to get a degree. What are we doing here?
Some have said, and it's actually a policy, a government policy in some nations, I don't know in Zimbabwe, but in some nations, keep them many years in school, you're 20 years while the industry is chucking out people.
You understand? So now it's not really about us. I understand the parent who's been paying for 20 years. Now I have let's say I have 3 kids, right? I have to pay. This is 60 years combined in my lifetime. Man, I don't deserve to go to hell, buddy. I've faced it already. 60 years of pain.
Okay, so what's your take? What do you think? Form 4 and then we give you a life skill and you're out.
Exactly.
I don't think, I'm just going to disagree a little bit with, in as much as I do agree, I'm just going to say something totally different. That my point is, it's all being channeled. The change is being channeled wrongly. Because if my father retires at 60, and he gets his pension money, there's no need for him to still be working. So that means
it's $127
job. But then if you want to keep me in school so that my father can maintain his job and still be working at 80, at 90, the whole thing, the whole system, in my opinion, the whole system, which is why Honorable Okora is now thinking and seeking relevance, is that he thinks that he needs to bring change in education. He doesn't need to bring change in education. It's broken already. It is broken already, truth be told. He doesn't need to bring change. He needs to bring...
What can you call?
He doesn't need to do anything. Dokora must just sit there. Other departments, other governmental departments are supposed to do something. Other ministries are supposed to do something.
But look at my...
Gumbo, take a chill pill and maintain that which is there.
True. But my point is this. you working in industry, right? Panim Darane standard 6, and you've got a degree. Trust me, you know the same thing.
You know the same thing.
This is the messed up thing. So what we're just doing is increasing the years of learning these actual things. Learn to work. JC. Not going to teacher form 4.
Yes.
My teacher did say, oh, then you get a degree, then you come and teach the same things they were teaching. Then I'm saying, so what was your point of going to Morgan's to Teachers College again if you're teaching the same thing that a form 4 kid taught you? Yes. The next year, so we were taught by 17-year-olds.
And the majority of us realize our passions later.
We realize our passions later. All right, so the thing about the Mitchell Gumbo Show is this: we rarely reach consensus. We don't reach consensus. Anyway, we're coming back and don't go anywhere. We're sitting down with Christian hip hop artist Mudiwa Mtanda, and he's going to be talking about his video and the love of his life. And basically, he's just going to be bragging and what? You know, Mudiwa, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the second segment of the Mitchell Gumbo Show. And as I alluded to earlier on, we are hosting none other than Christian hip-hop artist Mudiwa Mtanda. Now, someone may say that is an oxymoron, putting Christian and hip-hop in one line. But the man is here to demystify all of that. Welcome to the show.
My God, the good oh. My God, the good oh. Ain't no other than over then. No other than over then. My God is good.
All right, so Mudiwa, tell us. How did it all start? Christian hip-hop, because hip-hop is a genre associated with fast cars, swear words, naked women, but you are saying that you want to preach...
Naked men too.
Yeah.
And naked women.
Men too.
You like naked women, but
And
let's move on.
naked men too.
All right, I like naked women, but my point is, you want to preach the good news using that medium.
Yes. Well, hip-hop... is a platform.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I'll define it. Hip hop is a platform used to communicate. And back in the days when it started, it was a platform used by black people to communicate probably their problems and other stuff. And then when it comes to church, so this is how I would say it. Hip hop was sort of like used as a media to actually convey a message to the masses.
To the masses.
So that they can be heard by the government or heard by whatever oppressors. So, it being a platform, Jesus Christ, the Lord, is the creator. The devil is the duplicator. So,
he's rhyming.
So, devil duplicated hip-hop and made it seem like it's all
evil.
about naked women, oh, these people, this and that. But if I take you back in the Bible says, Elijah, when he gave his sacrifice to God, he used the same altar that the prophets of Baal used to give a sacrifice to God. So this is what I did. I took the same beat,
All right.
the same flow, and I said, okay, many youths are being led astray by this same sound, this same beat, this same bass line, this same 808 bars. So I said to myself, okay, fine. Why can't we not preach the gospel, preach the good news of Christ, the good news, or motivate rather. Motivate. My music is more of motivation. And motivate people using this same platform that they are used to hearing. When you're in Rome, what do?
You do as the Romans do.
Romans do. So I then made it. So you were asking Guti, Mudiwa, you the hip hop sect has got a lot of women, fancy cars, and this and that. So if I want to be doing hip hop and I come and I use trees, river flowing, I've diverted from hip hop.
No, speaking of fast cars, wakadonedza a video yakanetsa manje. It's called Slang.
Knees to the ground, always pray. Thank thanking the Lord for the slave. But I'm trying
And I've got to give it up to you. It seemed out of this world. But now, the point is, those Bentleys, why are you putting a Bentley in a gospel video?
Why not?
Why, okay. Let's hear Casey out.
No, why not? Because he just explained himself.
That he doesn't want
it's not like he's not in the world. He is in the world, but he's not of the world.
All right.
You understand? So I don't know. Maybe he will explain, but why not?
So I'll come back. The men I am marketing, the men I am bringing back, I am giving the people. His name is Jesus Christ. That's my Lord. And he is the CEO of this universe, the creator of heaven. And for me to be behind a river or a tree and say he is good, but I'm behind a tree, to be honest with you, it doesn't make sense. True. I'll give you an example. If you take a person like P. Diddy, look at his videos, and you take gospel music videos from Zimbabwe, and then you take an innocent child and say, watch these videos. And then you ask them a question, who do you want to be in life? Tell me the truth.
They want to be John in this.
It's because the devil wants to be like a clever person. He understands what draws us, what draws our hearts, and probably what we admire most, and he gives it out, especially in a secular way, like in secular music.
All right.
But this is what I'm telling the truth. The Bible says we are the head, not the tail.
All right.
So Christians should be leading all the way. And the reason why you spoke about slaying is a summary of a Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 1 verse 31. It says, he who glories, let him glory in the Lord.
In the Lord, yes.
Uyo anobrinya no shine and uonererwa. Rega onererwa munamwari. So
Jesus.
Can I preach in this house?
You're really dropping some good bars. But my other question again, before I go to Kuchine, the appeal of your music, is it to these new Pentecostal churches, your UFIC, your New Life, your, or it's across the board? Because I'm looking at a Roman Catholic youth, or a Zion Christian Church youth, or a Methodist church, or a Matzbaba Ejishanu church. Does this music resonate with them?
Yes. Last year, most of my shows, I was getting hired in Methodist church. I sang at Methodist. They were celebrating their anniversary, 61st anniversary in Bari. It's a big church. That's like their biggest. I was singing Nedamari there. I've been.
How was the response?
The response, the parents came to me and was like, you know what? If that's the music we were giving our kids, they'll all not be clapping, because everybody was like, wow. So the thing is, like, you want your child. I'm appealing to parents, wherever you are. You want your child to be a very good kid, but you actually say to him or her, I want you to listen to music like this. This is the music you are presenting them, right? And you expect them to really copy what these other gospel musicians who are putting God as a good God, but portraying to be a God who does not really bless to the extent of surpassing giving you a tree.
A God of struggle.
Yes.
This tree is, you guys, the tree.
But my point is to say, I don't have a target market to say, this is my target market. When God called me, he said, I want you to go into the sea and get the fish, the lost fish in the sea, not the fish in the pond. The fish in the pond is converted already. Like the people, UFIC guys, this and that, they've understood the gospel's prosperity already. I'll give an example. Luke 4 verse 18 says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. It has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. It starts with the poor. Why the poor? I will tell you the truth. The Bible, if you go back to Proverbs, it says that the voice of the poor cannot be heard.
Yes.
It's difficult for a poor person to preach the good news. Because people will say, why are you not living the life yourself first? So, this is the thing. People think Jesus Christ was so poor. This is the truth. That's what they think. But realize Jesus Christ's first miracle. Can you agree? It's water into wine.
Water into wine.
I'm coming to something. It's water into wine.
Yes.
If Jesus Christ's first miracle was water into wine, why did Mary go to Jesus and say, Jesus, do something when the wine was finished. He knew Jesus had something.
Yes.
Jesus Christ he had something, so he was supposed to buy. Because if we are saying this was the first miracle, Mary had no idea where what Jesus Christ was gonna do, but she knew Jesus will provide the wine because it finished. So she went to him and said, do something. And Jesus Christ surprised them and what? And changed. And the prophetic interpretation about changing water into wine is changing about the basic need to a luxury. Wine is a luxury. So my point is to say, me, I'm all about positive confession. I'm all about positive confession. And this is what I'm here to tell people. You know what? You lose nothing just saying that my life is good. You lose nothing saying those things.
But there is humility before all this.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for us to relate with you when you come forth in humility. But then there's this whole barbaric and what can I say, loud expression that people bring, and we're just deaf to that effect.
Like Mudiwa's turn a week now chiangwa kinda.
The bracket that should be put in.
Are you a humble person, Mudiwa? Because wherever you are,
Uri
you
humble.
need like mirror. But that's not the definition of humility.
Yeah, I get it.
But are you a humble person? Are you humble enough for even myself, my mother, to sit there and listen to Mudiwa?
Yes, I will not call myself humble, but I'll quote scriptures. The Bible says that humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the reason why you called me here is because you know I'm up there.
Yeah.
All right. Semester. All right.
So if I wasn't up there, to be honest with you, not all these fans will actually, all this from wherever you're watching me, know there's a guy called Mudiwa. It's because God lifted me up. So that disqualifies my not being humble.
No guts, no glory.
Second thing.
You are humble
It's
before
difficult.
God, but you're not humble before man. Are we agreeing?
Let
on
me
that?
tell you the truth. If I'm humble before God, I will be humble before any man. I'm not money that I will actually want everybody to like me, to be honest with you.
Nutella.
So my point is to say, what's more important is, do you want heaven or you want men to praise you? I want heaven. I want to be humble before God. My point, when you say, Mudiwa, can you sit down with women or an old elderly women? I'll tell you something, that the battles that I fight in the closet. I've got 5 kids that go to Brodo Brook Academy that I paid school fees for. I've never said it anywhere else. This is the first time.
Exclusive.
I paid school fees.
Exclusive.
All the money,
on the Mitchell.
that I got when I went to my UK show, it was about almost over £4,000. I took it. I paid fees for them. We raised over 108,000 US dollars.
Awesome.
Wow.
And we paid from Form 1 to Form 6. Right now they are doing Upper 6. This is from 2012. They started doing their Form 1. Right now they're now in lower 6.
And talking about that, I've got 2 quick questions. Do you still go to church? Because I understand your pastor left. Do you still go to church? Do you have a church you
He
go
was
to
dropping
right now?
biblical bars right now.
Yes.
Do you
One,
still go to
I'll
church?
tell you the truth. Those who, I do not worship my pastor.
Yeah.
I worship God. Those who would stop going to church because the pastor is not there, to be honest with you, they deserve to go to hell in a basket. But when we say you are worshiping Jesus Christ, to be honest with you, there is no other man that comes between me and Christ. I go to church for self-edification and praising God, and that's the reason why I go to church. I'll tell you the truth, I've been to a lot of churches just because I'm not limited by denominations. When the church in there, I differ there. I'll tell you the truth, I go and worship everywhere because I feel that my calling is bigger than being limited under one denomination. I'm there to inspire a Salvation youth. I'm there to inspire a Roman Catholic youth. I'm there to inspire
Even me who does not
yes,
go to church.
and those who do not, because the truth is,
Anderson.
our battle is not about entertaining those who are in church. Our battle is to go back to those who are not in church, and those who are in vote or other clubs, or so that we go to them, we speak to them, they see the good life, and what we do, we go, we pray
I'm
to
going to ask you something. So you are saying right now, as it stands, you've got no home to call your own.
I do have a home. My church is called the Good News Bible Church.
The Good News Bible.
And what do? I go to different churches, but that's my church. That's where I go. Come Sundays, you find me there.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Mitchell Gumbo Show, and we're still with Mudiwa Mutandwa, and Casey and Noble are burning.
I'm particularly burning. I'm Zisco still, blasphemous. But okay, this is the Mudiwa I know. When I first saw Mudiwa was doing hustler music, hustler. Then he moved. Then he had a little beef with a cousin called Tia, right? A little beef with Tia. Yeah, I said no. It's just realness. I do background check on the people that we interview. Then you had a feminine beef with Tia. Let's move on. Then he switched to gospel. All right, and that was cool. And what I like about him is you actually went to school, and then you went to varsity, and you went for your masters, and right now maybe pursuing a PhD. I like that. So, having gone through this when you were in it's African University in Mutare, right? You dated Miss Mutare, and that's dope. That's kind of like me. But see, so no. Let's do this, Adam. So when he did that, and she didn't make it to Miss Zim because of the gospel items. Now I'm saying you have gone through a lot of beautiful women. And there was one that Zimbabwe came to know about and loved, and things happened. We don't know what happened.
What happened?
We might want to know what happened, and we want to know how you moved on from that.
Oh, great. Well, I think you were asking me what happened to my ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Well, the fact,
Casey loves stories.
The truth is, I'll be very honest.
No, he's calm. Women, calm down those people.
To all viewers, I definitely have to respect the woman in my life right now.
Okay.
My past relationships.
KC was hoping you single, but let's move on.
My past relationships, to be honest with you, that's why they are called the past relationships. Life happened, to be honest with you. We just had areas where we didn't disagree, and good thing about it, like, we didn't even have any beef. If I met her in town, we greet hi. But I respect the woman I'm with right now. Well, I'm taken, and I'm very happy. Believe you me, I'm very happy.
Don't be too quick to say.
From here, I'm actually gonna rush to see her. Baby, if you're watching, yeah, I'm about to.
Oh, he's about to come. Pun intended. That was quick, buddy. That was quick.
How do you? Ouch! No, that was for you. How do you handle the pressure from women? Because let's not lie. You're a good-looking guy. Yes, you are.
Oh, thank you.
I wouldn't lie. You are.
He's throwing in a
How do
CV.
you handle?
She is.
No, he's younger than me. I don't do small boys.
Oh!
I don't. But what I'm saying is, how do you handle this pressure? Because we are bound to throw ourselves to you. You don't even need to come to us. We will come to you. But how do you handle this pressure?
Moso, how does your woman handle the
Just
pressure?
point of correction, I'm older than you. I finished my master's degree in 2011. And that was the third degree I was doing at university. I might be good looking, but I'm not young. I'm very old. I'm older than you.
I'm 35.
It's a battle of egos.
I'm 35.
Then I could be young. But anyway, let me be honest with you. If you, in the Bible, they say that all strong men, the reason why they fell, it was because of women. And for me to go and fall in the same pit, that I can actually see that everybody is falling in the same pit. This is how they are actually destroying their lives. And with music industry in Zimbabwe, it's cut short by diseases and a lot of things to do with women. So I said to myself, how then should I describe wisdom?
Wait, buddy. Music cut short, women. Okay, I think I find someone here, but let's move on.
This is the truth.
The triangle.
I looked at a lot of
Performers and musicians.
icons and legends we had in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Most of them, they went down the grave because they ended up not feeling well because of a lot of things. But it had women in the center. But my point is to say, I then sat down and I discovered what is wisdom, and I defined my own wisdom. Wisdom is the immediate sacrifice of pleasure for long-range purposes.
All right.
Tell that
Amen.
one.
Now that you can
Tell
cut.
that one.
That one, yeah.
Wisdom is the immediate sacrifice of pleasure for long-range purposes.
Receive.
I receive.
Who
Papa.
you want to be in 2020 is determined by the choices you make
today.
now.
All right.
So I said to myself, if I have all these women doing all this, you know, Stripe Masiwa particularly is quite an inspiration to me.
All right.
Does he have 5 wives?
No, he has one wife.
He's got 1 wife. Is he a divorcee?
No.
I'm not saying there's any problem with divorce. Of course, you might have disagreements. But my point is to say that I'm trying to emulate what I want to be like him. You know what I'm trying to say?
And talking about Strive Masiwa, you made the EcoCase, you made Econet, then he made Stewart Bank, right?
Yes, Stewart.
And I understand you endorsed by that.
Yes, I'm the brand ambassador of Stewart
Congrats,
Bank.
man. High hats to that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm the brand ambassador of Stewart Bank. I'm the brand ambassador of Stake Kiniko Zimbabwe. I'm also the brand ambassador of Ocean. And this is money we're talking about.
So the money that comes from the endorsements beats the money that comes from the music, right?
Oh, definitely. Let me tell you something about me. Last year, I'll just be open. I sold over 60,000 hits on iTunes and on my album, Mano Mambo.
Yeah.
Like on iTunes. Me, I do a lot of digital marketing.
Yeah.
All right.
And I later realized that I made 16,000 hits. Each CD, each song is 99 cents. But I made all that money in the signing off fee of one deal. And I went and I bought a house, and I'm actually paying on mortgage now. But my point is to say is when you do music,
Yeah.
what made Casper Nyovest or other musicians is that Casper will do a song and it gives him 1 million rand. Then he goes and signs MTN deal with 5 million rand.
All right.
So making yourself a brand and then becoming the brand and then protecting the brand, its reputation is better saved or protected than recovered. So
All right.
make a choice of scandals you want to participate in. I would rather participate in a scandal of dropping Japanese award than doing
Because,
this.
you know, I
Ah! Yeah, like.
hand this over to you, but I'm a holder.
No, but okay, let me just say, okay, so for someone who is involved in gospel, you know, we associate gospel with purity and everything that is nice. Yeah. For someone who is associated with gospel and the good news, you have managed to draw much acclaim and much criticism at one time. There are people who swear by you that Mudiwa is the deal, and there are people who say, "What is wrong with that man?"
Yeah.
I would like to say.
Okay, let me finish. We're talking about the awards, but you know, Casey actually brought this for you. You know,
In case you want to grab something on your way out.
There's an issue you raised to say that you have got a lot of criticism.
and also a lot of fans.
Yes.
Be kind to
Yes.
yourself.
If you do not want criticism, do nothing, be nothing,
Die nothing.
and say nothing. No one will criticize you.
All right,
The moment you are something, critics will come.
critics will come.
So I'm trying to say, the Bible says that this is Jesus Christ.
No.
I will put tables in front of you and in front of your enemies. If there are no enemies, there will never be tables. God will not put tables.
All right.
So you need to have enemies for God to release the tables. Because he said,
But
I'll put the
giving them a
tables
reason to
in
hate
front of.
Are you not giving them a reason? Great point.
Let me tell you the truth. The reason for people to hate me, if you say I give them a reason to hate me, is because I've executed something, I have implemented something, I've become something. If I am quiet and will not say anything and be at home, I'll tell you the truth. There will come a time when a person says, Casey, I don't like a hair. I don't like the tie that Papa Nobo is wearing. I don't like the tie that Gumbo is wearing. Just because you have managed to come up with a great show that a lot of viewers are clinging to and watching and loving. But somebody will come. But if we had all said, no, we're not going to do anything, let's just discuss, no one was going to talk about us outside there. So I'll tell you the truth. The moment you move one step forward, somebody is there to criticize you.
All right.
So if you're not talked about, then really you're not doing anything.
If people don't talk about, I'll tell you the truth, there are a lot of people who do the same things and not be written in the paper. But there are people who do probably half the thing that was supposed to be done by somebody who was not known. But the truth about the Japanese award, it was the model who dropped it, just because a big name, I repeat, a big name was standing beside.
See why they
No, God's right. No, God's no glory. It's the model
Why
who.
do these scandals follow him? First, it was the Trevor Dongo Award. Then there was the JP Award. And mine, don't touch it.
But these scandals do not follow me, because I'm the one who went. Did you hear what I said? I went. They don't follow me. I went to collect Trevor Dongo's award as a nice guy, trying to help my guy who's not there. And Japreza had called me and said, Mudiwa, I want you to collect my award. So it's not like these things, they follow me. The truth is, this scandal will not stop an endorsement deal to be signed, this kind of. But what do? They get people talking, and then they will afterwards look for my music. So I think they're actually a blessing in disguise. Yeah. So my point.
So you owe me money for traffic, but anyway.
But growing up, were you clumsy?
With all humility, I'll be honest with you. Having graduated as the best student in Zimbabwe, like I'll repeat, in Zimbabwe, 2011, I graduated with a first class master's in finance, and I was rated the best in Zimbabwe. And my gown was bought by the state. With all humility, like I said, there's no way you can run away from controversy in that way. Because most people, they know much about my music rather than my academics.
Yeah, true.
When I was in grade 6, I wrote grade 7 and I went to Form 1. I don't know what happened in grade 7. You might tell me, but I don't want to know about it. But my point is to say that I was that clumsy in such a way that it was inevitable. There was nothing I was going to do about it. And I am somebody who says, do I want to be like this or do I want to be this? And I go and I get it. And this is what I do. And that's why I have 3 degrees. Not just degrees, but first class, BSc Honours in Economics, first class, Bachelor of Social Science in Psychology, first class, and an MBA in Finance. And
the world shall forever remember the name Mudiwa Mutandwa, or popularly known as Mudiwa Wood. No guts, no glory, no one to shy away from scandal. I guess following in the footsteps of Jesus, who, although very humble, called himself the light of the earth, the bread of life, the water of life.